What's up, y'all? So today I want to talk to you about 5 myths about menopause. And these are things that people believe to be true, but maybe they only have partial information in order to make that informed decision. One of them that I hear all the time, and I'm in a few menopause support groups, is that men just don't care. My husband just doesn't care. My significant other just doesn't care. They just don't care. That's not true. While it may not be true for some men, I'm going to tell you for the majority, that's not true. How do I know that? Analytics. So, would you believe that 73% more men view my menopause videos on YouTube than women? Only 26% of my audience is women. So that tells me, which should then tell you, that men do care. And they're attempting to understand it, whether it be to save the relationship or to help you. So I want you to rethink that the next time, because that you want to spout that out. Maybe tell your husband he just doesn't care. Wait a minute and think that through. Because I have had women in the support group say, my husband left me and I don't care. Why don't you care? Because guess what? Once you get your symptoms under control and your emotions begin to level out, you will care. And by the time you do, it could be too late. So let's just go ahead and we're going to leave that one there. We'll circle back another day and talk about it some more. But 73% of men are watching my YouTube videos and 26% are women. So go figure. The second one is women just don't want sex. Men, listen to me. Now, if you've given her a reason not to want you, I can't help you with that. If you've cheated, if you've said some ugly things, remember that for women, sex starts before the bedroom. So, doing little things, whatever her love language is, whether that be words of affirmation or services or what have you, sex starts before the bedroom. So you may have other issues that are not menopause related, okay? But if this is menopause related, got some pups in the background making noise, so just bear with me. If this is menopause related, and for some reason your wife either communicates to you, or women, you wake up and you feel like it's just gone. I just don't want it. If there's no reason for that, if your husband hasn't done anything to cause that, you need to dig deeper, because menopause did that for me. And I've talked about that in other videos, and it was hard for me because I knew what my husband needed and I knew what he wanted, and he had done nothing for me not to desire him. But my hormones were imbalanced. So, I had a gynecologist tell me, well, if you can just get started, it should be okay. Maybe. But you don't just wake up and not desire your husband unless he's given you a reason for that. And so if your husband has brought that to your attention, or he's made a comment, maybe even just a side comment, it wasn't nasty, you need to listen to those warning signs, women, because again, you will care once you get yourself leveled out if your marriage ends because of menopause. So I want you to be aware of that. And men, I want you to bring it up to your wife. It'll piss her off. It pissed me off when my husband brought it up, as far as maybe you're going through menopause. Bring it up, because then you're telling her that there could be an issue here and we need to fix it. We, not her, not you. We need to fix it. Okay, the third thing is you can't control menopause. Somewhat true, but not entirely. What do I mean by that? I've said this before. You cannot control the fact that as a woman, you are going to experience menopause at some point in your life. Some of us are earlier than others. However, you can control the process in which you experience menopause. Want me to explain that? I've talked about this a little bit in other videos as well, but here we go. There's got to be some form of discipline. And so diet and exercise play a huge part in how you will experience menopausal symptoms. I've had joint pains and body aches. Those were related to menopause. Now, I have a pretty good bone density, but my body was low on potassium. So guess what? Because I know my diet and I know what I take in and I log that most of the time, I knew that I needed to take in a little additional potassium. That's just a piece of it. The weight gain that comes with menopause, diet and nutrition, women, and yes, your hormones can cause that, but there are natural remedies, which we're going to get to when I get to number 5, that can help you control your hormones. Okay, so diet and exercise is, first of all, processed foods, sugars, breads. There's a reason that they call that little area around the top of your waist a muffin top. It's not because it's just a cute name. What are muffins made out of? They're made out of bread. So you have got to take initiation to help with the process. Sitting on a couch and eating a bag of those little powdered donuts and having a soda afterwards is not going to help you manage any of those symptoms. You have got to really put the work in, figure out what's working for other women. Facebook has a lot of great menopause support groups. There's women that they interact. So you get to really kind of see that you're not the only one going through a lot of the same things. But you also can see what works for other women and what they're doing to try to help manage those menopause symptoms. Number 5, you must get on HRT in order to control menopause. Absolutely 110% false. There are a lot of negative side effects with HRT. Some doctors will fill you in on that, others will not. So HRT has side effects that are like skin irritation, irregular bleeding, but I don't have a period. I know. Keep listening. Irregular bleeding, weight gain, skin rashes, memory issues, thinning hair. Guess what? Menopause without HRT causes all of those same symptoms. So why would you have those symptoms and then deliberately begin on a regimen of HRT, only to discover that you could potentially continue to have those same side effects? There are a lot of natural remedies, and I have talked about those, and I can tell you I've never been on HRT. The number 1 part of my regimen that helps me manage is diet and exercise. Number 2 is my Estroven. It's a plant-based alternative that I can buy at Walmart, buy it on Amazon. It's convenient. I take a multivitamin because you need micronutrients, but guess what? I get a lot of my micronutrients out of my diet. There are alternatives, natural alternatives. So if someone ever tells you you have to get on HRT to manage menopause, I'm living proof that you do not. My cognition is back, skin irritation is gone, my hair has started to come back, my memory, like I said, my cognition is amazing. My aches and pains in my joints, pretty much gone. Now I have arthritis, so I'm going to have some aches and pains occasionally that are not menopause related. They're related to my arthritis. But the bottom line is there are alternatives. So if someone tells you you have to go on HRT, you do not. It does not work for everyone. It is an option, but do not feel like you have to utilize it. Now, out of these 5 things, I circle back to number 1 because it is the one that I hear about the most. My marriage ended. My husband left me. I don't like my husband anymore. I don't want to be married. Women, it is not that your husbands do not care. Some of them may not, okay? There's a few of those. But there are several based on analytics that I'm providing to you that say they do because they're looking it up. They're researching it. 73% is not a small number. Talk to your spouses. Do this together. Ask them if they have concerns before you sign a set of divorce papers and say some things you can't take back. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I got 2 pups over here that I'm having to continually reel back in. So y'all have a great day.